Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. It's going to be my first video, so don't hate on it too much. But today I'm going to show a install on a Riffraff Diesel HPX crossover tube on my 96 F250 Powerstroke. Okay, so the things that come in the kit when you purchase your crossover tube are the tube itself, and then they have plastic covers on both ends where they screw into the head. And then, in this case, they send a magnet. Sometimes they usually send you a sticker or a pen or something, and then their card. And then, it did not come with instructions, but if you want them, you can print them off on the website, and I will try to put a link in the description showing where that is. So the tools you need for the install are a 18mm wrench, a 16mm wrench, and a 16mm socket. Alright, let's get started here. So basically this thing is going to sit in here like so when we get done. So the first thing I'm going to do is get some brake clean in here and clean all the soot and junk out of here so we don't get it in both sides of our head. Okay, so after you got your cylinders cleaned off on both sides where your port is, take your 16mm socket or wrench, put it on there, loosen it, real simple. This side you got to persuade it a little bit. And what I did is I took me a pry bar like this and pried this back and got me a 16mm shallow socket and then got it on there with the extension and then broke it loose with my 3/8 ratchet. Okay, so after you get your plugs out, I didn't film putting the new plug in because as you can see the oil out, what I believe is the high pressure oil rail here is coming out of the end. I didn't want to make a big mess. This side's a little more messy. When you put this back on, you have to use your pry bar to get into that to tighten that up. But other than that, it's no too big of a challenge. Okay, so once you get your fittings into both cylinder heads, it's just a matter of fishing this line through here and tightening your connections down there. I recommend doing this side since this line's there. It was kind of a pain to get started. Had to get the pry bar in there to get that tightened up. And then there's a lot of tension on this line, but it's a lot easier to persuade this side on because there isn't nothing in the way, like over here. So once you get your fittings on, you just take your 18mm wrench, and it said like 19 foot-pounds on the instructions, but real world scenario, just snug it up and, you know, don't break it. So now since we got this thing in the truck and torqued down, I wanted to actually explain what the purpose of this modification is. So according to Riffraff Diesel, this stainless steel high pressure crossover is meant to allow excess oil pressure to flow between both heads, allowing for better supply to the injectors. By allowing the oil to flow to the opposite head, the issue of pressure spikes are less and allows for a smoother idle. Something along them lines. We'll see. Could be BS in the BS server, I really don't know. So I'll let you guys know the results of this in the comments, and make sure to subscribe for more OBS 7.3 content and maybe some 6-liter Powerstroke content in the future.